Why, good day there, everybody. This is XB Walker making my first gaming video in probably about a month. It's been a bit of a break. If you watched my video a few days ago, I was just getting over some food poisoning, so feeling much better today. I got to eat some real food today. I'm feeling good. So let's check in on the Grand Tactician, the Civil War. This is the 5-month, 3-day, 6-hour, and 5-minute anniversary. Very important, obviously. So we're gonna just check in and see what improvements they've made to the game, if any, since the opening day. I've got a couple videos on it from earlier on, I believe. One of the big changes is going to be, of course, a graphics improvement, which we're gonna see shortly. And let's get to it. Now, you're going to notice the music is quite loud. Believe it or not, I've got the game at about 50% compared to my voice. So you can imagine how loud it is in my headphones. I feel like I'm yelling into a wall. Should be good. So this is, if you're curious, this is like the easiest way you can possibly play the game. In no way am I saying that I am a great player at this game when I win these battles, because order delays and fog of war turned off basically makes the game more like a total war game. So it's much easier this way. If you're new to this kind of game, if you're just picking this up, this is a good way to start, at least. Aggressiveness, cool. That's new. A slider, I don't believe that was in there before. AI behavior regarding recruitment activity as well as probability of invasions. Okay, cool. So they're calm. So they're going to be on the defensive this whole time. Okay, whew, man, that music was loud. Here's some more loud music. La, da, 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 da. La, da, da, da. Da, da, da. Okay, here we go. We're gonna skip the cinematic. It's pretty cool cinematics though, guys. If you've never played this game, if you're picking it up now or you're curious about getting it, go through all the cinematics, all the tutorials. It's not an easy game to just start and go. There's a lot of aspects to this game. I'm not going to go through every bit of the game just because I made a different video for that showing the different features of the game. This is more for the people who've already played and are curious what's changed since the beginning, or who watched my first video and are curious if it's worth getting now. Although, to be honest, it was worth getting the first time. Oh boy, here we go, folks. The American Civil War has kicked off. And it looks like, well, pretty much default map. Virginia, Tennessee, Arkansas, Indian Territories all go into the Confederacy. And Kentucky and the gang, for the most part, all going to us. So, man, I have seen some improvements already. I've noticed the UI is a little bit cleaned up here. You see that? Oh, what do we got? Confederate invasion. Oh, Missouri. Yeah. British intervention at 30%. All right, cool. We've got a little bit of Mexican territory. I don't think that they owned territory in the early version of the game. This seems to be new, but I might have just never paid attention to it. I'll have to go back and look at the other videos. So they own territory similar to how the UK has Canada here, and if they intervene, you know, they can march troops up out of there. So that's cool. UI is looking really cool. The policies, I don't see any change, except I don't believe the regulars were up at the top here. Again, I might be mistaken. I'd have to go look at my old videos on that one as well. But regardless, I am doing the regulars focus because regulars are awesome. 3rd US forever, home guard, old guard rather. And then we're going to move on to industrialization. So, oh, yep, there it is. Civil War. Boy, how did that happen? Didn't see that coming. The finances seem to be a little bit more stable. I've noticed that you aren't just constantly bleeding an insane amount of cash. Taxes seem to make a bigger difference now, and you can actually somewhat break even. I'm at negative 26 million. But I'm also subsidizing the crap out of stuff right now. Confederacy issues letters of marque. Privateering made legal. Psh, bring it on. Bring your crappy little Confederate ships made out of cotton. Yeah, come on, Savannah Squadron, let's go. Let's tumble. Just in time for me to get a little bit more industrialized, eh? Boom, boom, you're dead. That's right. Sunk another ship. gonna have to repair soon, but you guys... Okay, yeah, let's send them home to repair. Okay, we've captured Alexandria. It is now time to go after... oh, wait, cancel that. We're going to send the Army of Washington against the Army of the Potomac and the Army of Northeastern Virginia after the Army of the Shenandoah, although I think they're going to both run into this army. Here we go. Okay. So Army of the Shenandoah, 20,000 dudes roughly. A lot of artillery. Wow. Versus about 30,000 of mine, give or take. And a significantly reduced number of artillery pieces compared to them. They have more cavalry, more artillery, far less infantry. So they're going to be more mobile and more deadly at range. Should be interesting. So let's go ahead and play this battle. And let's see what happens. How about it? Why, hello there, this is your narrator. I am fast-forwarding the game at 900% right now, just because you don't really want to see me watch troops walk very, very slowly across a battlefield. If you're curious what's happening, I'm just sending the U.S. regulars across the Washington Turnpike. I originally planned to defend the Washington Turnpike, but unfortunately for the CSA, they were way too slow. They hadn't even crossed the bridge by the time I got there, so I decided, hey, you know what? Instead of waiting for them to come to me, let me take the fight to them on the bridge. So, as you can see, I'm moving my troops up. Oh, crap, I'm out of time. Okay. Oh, they're waiting on the other side of the bridge. Excellent. This is a good sign. This means I can get into a position to fire on them as they cross the bridge. Looks like their other units may be getting into position to cross elsewhere. I'm not sure yet. But even then, if I can cover this bridge, I'm going to be in a great position to rain down fire as they cross individually one at a time. Hello there, it's Editor XP Walker again, fast forwarding this time at 1000%. You seemed to handle 900% pretty well, so we're going to try 1000. Now, as you see here, my men are getting into final position to get a crossfire going on the stone bridge. Looks like they're doing quite well, and I am just filling time with my voice. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck? I'm out of time. Here we go, Confederates crossing the bridge. We got Cheatham's brigade with 2,900 men. That's a pretty solid number. And my cavalry are basically going to stop building that wall as soon as they're in range. Oh yeah, they're crossing. Do it, boys. Give it to them. Alright, so my infantry are going to try to square off with this artillery. It's probably going to go very poorly, to be honest, but I'm going to try. Looks like my artillery still can't see the enemy, so I'm gonna have to put them right up here in the road. Here we are again, fast forwarding at 1000%. Now I know some of you would like to see these battles in real time, and I'd be happy to make videos of those battles in real time. This video is just to show you some of the improvements to the game. As you can see, graphic improvements are very major, and the game does flow a lot smoother. The AI is smarter. But I'm not going to be showing you the full 60-minute battle that I did here. I will definitely make more videos of that if you are interested. Okay, my artillery is doing a number. They're also aiming down at Cheatham's brigade. My howitzer's on Cheatham. My parrot is on the cavalry, Donelson's brigade. You know, I gotta say that the sound in this game is just fantastic. The gunfire is just accurate. It sounds right. It doesn't have that over-the-top Wild West feel. It sounds like actual musket fire, and the sound gets to the point where there's so many muskets firing at once, it actually starts to glitch out the sound, and it sounds all staticky, which I'm sure it's not intentional, but I think it actually adds a lot of heart to the game. It makes it sound really cool. Alright, we're going to marathon run through the last part of the battle here. As you can see, the Confederates, AI definitely still needs some work. They just all pile right over the bridge in the center instead of taking more flanking action. They do a little bit of it, which is better than it used to be, but definitely could still use a little bit of love. And I am absolutely dominating them. Of course, I am playing on easy mode, so keep that in mind. Enemy basically starts retreating at this point. I'm going to send in my cavalry and just mow down what's left of them. I'm a very cavalry-heavy player. I love playing cav. But anyway, so as you can see, the game is much improved graphically speaking. It does run smoother. The AI is a little better. There's still work to be done there. But 5 months into the game, you know, we've seen a lot of improvement. And I mean, I liked the game when it first came out, so it's only getting better. It's icing on the cake for me. And if you haven't bought the game, you know, consider getting it. And voiceover pretty much complete. And let's check out the casualties. Alright, so that is a victory. 702 casualties on our side versus 3,594 on theirs. This is a solid victory. They call it a minor federal victory. I don't see how that would be minor. But they lost 2,300 infantry, 787 cavalry, and literally all of their guns. I lost no guns. I lost 211 cavalry. I tend to be very heavy on cavalry in this game. I really like cav. I love their mobility, and I just like the mobile infantry aspect of them. And 491 infantry. Not bad at all. Alright, so that's it, guys. That's the review of it. As you can see, there's been a lot of improvements to the game. Nothing bad has been added to the game. Everything's great. I do recommend Grand Tactician if you haven't bought it already. Right now it's 45 bucks, which is kind of pricey if you're not a huge Civil War guy or like a big strategy game enthusiast. You might want to wait until it's on sale, but maybe not. I mean, it is worth 45 bucks, but you know, again, they're still doing some work on it. So if not, at least add it to your wish list, wait for it to go on sale and grab it then. The developer of this game clearly did their research, did their history checking, and there's a lot of really cool stuff in the game. You know, you've got your generals, you've got your feuds. As you saw, I was playing on easy mode, so I could see all the troops. There was no fog of war. Everything was very easy, but the game, you can make it very realistic by putting on fog of war, putting on order delays, so that if you tell your troops to do something, they don't just suddenly do it. The orders have to reach the troops, then the troops react. So the AI does a lot more work than you might do. So I do recommend it. Check it out if you haven't already. Those of you who are just returning to see what's changed in the game, hopefully you've seen some of those changes. There's been a lot of graphic updates, especially those are the things I'm most excited about. UI changes are pretty cool, and the AI has slightly improved, although there's definitely some more room for improvement right there. So that is it, guys. I will see you all later, and thank you for watching another video.